Every time I share this with audiences around the world, I look into the crowd and I see their heads tilt. My name is Jeff Salzenstein. I'm a leadership speaker and performance coach, and I'm committed to helping you own your zone. Owning our zone has to do with how we approach stress, the pressure that we experience in our lives, and then the stress that comes with it. And so when I get up on a stage and I start to unpack this, how stress is impacting us, this is what I say. And this is what makes their heads tilt. It's not the stress that breaks us. It's how we carry it and work with it that matters. I'll say it again. It's not the stress that breaks us. It's how we carry it and work with it that matters. Yes, how we carry our stress, how we work with it is what will define you. It will be your legacy, how you handle stress. Because the last time I checked, stress is not going away. Let me ask you, have you felt burned out, stressed out, overwhelmed at times the last few years? Yeah? When I get into audiences, they shake their heads and tell me, yes, I'm feeling it, or they'll raise their hands. Here's what the stats say. A positive group study shows that 55% of high performers experience high or extreme levels of stress. And when I share that with audiences, they shake their heads and they say it's more like 95%. And 62% of the stress we experience comes from work. Our work is creating our stress. I know I've experienced it personally, and I love what I do. I love speaking, I love coaching, and I feel the stress. So if you're not crazy about what you're doing with your job, it's probably higher than 62%. And when we are dealing with this stress in our lives, especially with our work, this is what it impacts: our communication, creativity, energy, focus, our sense of well-being, happiness, productivity, and even revenue. Some people will say this is a soft skill, how we deal with stress. It is a hard skill. It is the difference between companies that can last and companies that won't last. It is the difference between the founder that has longevity and can sustain himself or herself or not. That's the difference. How we handle, how we carry the stress, how we work with it. So when I make that declaration, when I share that insight, it's not the stress that breaks us. It's how we carry it and work with it that matters. We must understand that it's the stress and struggle that puts a glass ceiling on our performance and results. Good news, we can raise that ceiling. We can raise the ceiling and we can increase capacity to handle the stress in our lives. It's not easy. If it were easy, everyone would do it. But I am committed to helping people deal with the pressure in their lives, because the pressure that comes, the pressure that comes out of it, the pressure that comes from it is the stress. So we have to have the tools and we have to have the fundamentals to be able to work with it. I can think of many times in my life where I've been able to handle the pressure on and off the tennis court, and there are times when I couldn't handle the pressure. When I played Michael Chang at the US Open, I could handle the pressure for the first set, but for not the rest of the match, where I ended up losing in 4 sets. It was too much for me. But I think about big matches that I won in college and juniors and even the pros, I was able to handle the pressure. When my brother was struggling with mental health and addiction, and I saw him laying on his floor, cocktail of drugs overwhelming him, I was able to handle the pressure in that moment. So I have real life experiences and tangible ways to work with the pressure. And then as a coach, I've been on this journey to learn the tools, to learn how to regulate the nervous system, to learn how to take care of our bodies, whether it's through nutrition and movement and recovery and sleep and biohacking, and how we can rewire our mind to handle stress. Because if we have a lot of negative thoughts, that's going to increase our ability to handle stress. So if we attack the 3 zones that I teach, restoring the body, rewiring the mind, reconnecting to the heart, when we do this, we're able to increase our capacity to handle stress. We can carry the stress and work with it. So I don't want you to shy away from the stress. I don't want you to run from it. I don't want you to complain about it. Gosh, I have so much stress in my life. No, I want you to bring it on. Hey, I've got stress in my life. There's some pressure. And from the pressure, there's stress. I'm releasing cortisol. I'm releasing adrenaline every day. That's what the best athletes in the world do. It's the ones that can manage it, the ones that have their routines in place. They're taking the time, they're pausing, they're breathing, they're focusing on recovery. They're around good people, they're thinking good thoughts. They're regulating their emotions. All of these things, you put all this together, and that's how you can own your zone. So remember, it's not the stress that breaks us. It's how we carry it and work with it that matters. And that's how we can own our zone.